I grew up just outside of Brookville, Kansas, and it's a little town of 260 people, dirt roads.
Well, I don't mind to slow down anymore.
My family has always been in construction, but we also put up a little hay, and I've always had horses and rodeoed. Did everything from breakaway roping to barrels, high school rodeo, college rodeo. So after college, I went to work in Fort Worth. I'd gotten a degree in construction management, and I had worked for my dad growing up. I'm not handy. I can't hammer a nail straight. With my internships, they weren't in the office. Whether it was working for my dad or another construction company that he was like, yeah, just get her out of the field. Like, we didn't talk about this before he gave him his recommendation. And so I'm out there, steel-toe boots, running equipment that probably really not qualified. These guys are giving me like a 15-pound sledgehammer to I think I was more for their entertainment than actually doing anything. But I had a lot of hands-on experience. Work on my dad's job sites. You don't stand around. You get stuff done, and you better find something to do. And I've learned a lot from my parents' work ethic, and I always knew that I wanted an opportunity to work for my dad. I worked for my dad for about 4 years, and I was just bored on the weekends. All my friends married with kids, and just looking for something to do. I was able to swing it that my parents things had slowed down a little bit in construction where I could still work for them, and started this on the side. And it took a couple years before I felt like my business was really on its feet enough to just do that full time. Started as a hobby job, and it took off. I wasn't finding some place to shop that really offered a full line of clothing, whether you're going to a desk job during the week, you're working on the ranch or the farm on the weekend, you're going out, or you're entering a rodeo. There wasn't some place that you shop for just all of those things in one place. And I just felt like there was a niche market in there that really no one had honed in on. And I wanted to provide that because I felt like that was the lifestyle that I was living, and I felt like so many others were that didn't have that. From day one, I've always wanted to be offering something different than the next guy. I've just stayed true to my style, and it's then created a collection where the pieces look like they come from Savannah Sevens, and it's just not kind of all over the place. So everyone asked me where Savannah Sevens came from, and I just knew that I didn't want a trendy name that was going to go out of style. Seven's always been my lucky number, so I started there, and just until I found a word that rolled off the tongue, and it was Savannah Sevens. When I'm picking out pieces, I don't buy anything I haven't seen. I want to feel that product, and I want to know that the quality's there. I want to know when you wash it 10, 15, 20 times, it still has the integrity about that product is still intact. We're down to the littlest detail of when we buy. We're kind of like their personal stylist, and we've already went through the details to not let them end up with the wrong thing. When I first started out and had inventory rolling in, I had no place to put it, and so on the pool table in my parents' basement is where I had inventory laid out. The middle, May, June of 2015 that my dad built the first building. It was in 2017 that we added a second building, connected those two. Now we're overflowing 2 40-foot storage containers. The show trailer is now being used for inventory because it still has the hanging racks. And there's inventory boxes piling high in the back of my dad's shop. So we are more than out of room. Where my husband and I recently moved to, there was a horse barn that I didn't feel like we were making enough use of. Some hay, and had stalls in there. So started with a dirt floor and no insulation, and a few months ago started clearing it out. And my dad, obviously being in construction, has made it into a pretty amazing project. So I feel like my family has been, the most important thing that has made this all come together and make work from day one. My parents have been supportive, and not only the idea of it, but making it happen. And I will always say this, the most valuable thing that you can give someone is your time. And I cannot tell you the countless hours that they have given me, whether it was tagging clothes, making tags, my dad building everything so I could go to shows, them helping me load up and drive across the country to go set up at a show and be at one for 12 days that didn't pan out, that wasn't that great, and to give up their time to do that. My mom and her family, I come from a long line of women that are they're the toughest cowgirls I know. They're just tough, and they're good horsewomen, and they know how to work with their hands. And then there's my dad, and his history of just my grandpa and him, and the hardest working guys I know. And I still have a long ways to go to be, that hard a worker. My husband, Michael, just as much as my parents, has been there by my side. And, he's sacrificed, I feel like, as much as I have to make this business work. But it's cool to do all of this alongside my family. It's what makes it so special. I've got all the right people in my corner, and I always have. And that's a really amazing thing. Everybody that works at Savannah Sevens truly cares about the product that we're producing and giving to our customer, the customer service that we offer. And that is a really cool thing that people see it, because we do care. Savannah Sevens is quality, it's uniqueness, it's bringing you style for your everyday life. And it's something that you can wear out in the town or to go feed cows or go ride your horse. And so it's gonna fit that every part of your lifestyle.
Anymore.